Hi everybody, Richard Ells here with an Electroneum update. Today is an unusual day. Normally I have a green screen behind me and the guys downstairs in the marketing team work their magic and put some sort of pretty background on me. Today I'm at home, I've got the background of my fireplace and a couple of pop-up Electroneum sites. Well, I'm here to give you an update about the ETM Reward Program and a few other bits and pieces. Now, the ETM Reward Program has been running for nearly 3 years and it has achieved exactly what we wanted it to achieve. So when we set out back then, we talked about gaining mass adoption and we knew that we had our sights on the biggest players. So remember that Ethereum and Bitcoin, they've been in the market for years and years ahead of us. We needed to play catch up and we needed to play catch up fast. So we took an awful lot of ETN and we pushed it out to people. It's like getting a free sample of a detergent through your door. If you are in an estate of houses, quite often somebody would push you a free sample through the door. Well, we've given free samples of cryptocurrency. It's called an airdrop. We have been giving it out for some time and we have managed to gain an enormous jump on the market. So we have 3.8 million registered users. We've got 2.4 million confirmed and validated app installs. We've had 100,000 plus airtime top-ups, and we have had now 270k plus app-to-app instant transfers. These are people that don't necessarily even have Visa or MasterCard are able to transfer some value, boop, boop, really fast, app-to-app with our instant payment system. So we've got to this point now where we have completed that phase, that section of our business plan. We've got massive amount of users and we now need to focus on the next stage, which is we've built this system of the ecosystem we've been talking about all this time, where now people don't have to rely on the handout. They've had the free sample and now it's time for them to actually buy into Electroneum. They've already used it to buy top-ups. 100,000 plus of these things have happened, so they know it's got real world value. And so now what you've seen is that when we've launched anytask.com, we've had this huge take-up. 200,000 plus registrations on the site. I think more than 3,500 tasks have now been listed, and some very exciting things going on in the background in terms of pushing that out there and getting a very, very, very big global buyer base coming into that platform. So now there's a way to earn ETN. No longer need to give it away. So I am sorry to say to all those people who've been enjoying taking ETN rewards that the ETN reward system has now been switched off. So there are no more free ETN just by having the app. It was a fantastic way for us to gain a huge amount of users, but for us to be a sustainable product, we have to now make sure that our token economics are all right and we are not giving away huge, vast amounts of ETN. So to that mind, we are our token inflation is actually slightly more than halving, I think you'll find, by switching off the reward system. We're going down to about 4.1% inflation, which is what our normal block reward sits at currently. So when I say that, if you look at the amount of tokens in circulation, roughly it's about 4.1% of new tokens would have been created in a year. But that's not strictly true because actually we have another block reward change that I'm now accidentally announcing in this video. But we have another block reward change coming in July, I think, which halves that at least again. So we'll probably be down to 2% or less. What I can say is that our token inflation target from this year onwards is going to be 2%. So we will make sure that we don't exceed that by the end of this year. So that's our token inflation target. So lots of changes this year, but all very, very, very positive changes. So we've just launched another site you've got to go and take a look at. It's called ETM Everywhere. It's part of this ecosystem that I'm talking about. There are hundreds of places that you can spend ETN listed on there. And if you have a store, an e-commerce store, a physical store, you should complete the form on there, get yourself listed by accepting ETN. So this is going to be good for people's SEO. If they've got an e-commerce store, it's going to drive local people into physical stores. So there are 75 physical stores in Uganda that are listed, for instance. These people, you can walk into their store and buy with ETN. They are listed. We will have South African projects and other projects around the world as we are building these small ecosystems on the ground. And of course, this will turn into a much, much larger thing as we move forwards. But there are hundreds already. Go and have a look. ETNeverywhere.com, really cool site. That's just gone live. You'll also see we have another platform called ETNDonate.com. That is for people to make donations, should they choose to some of the NGOs that we are working with. They're not necessarily all acting as validators, but it gives us this fantastic area to start introducing some of the bigger projects and the bigger NGOs into the Electroneum ecosystem without having to convince them to be a validator up front. So it's going to be an interesting project, and at the same time, people that are donating ET into those projects, they will have been vetted by us. You can't get on there without being vetted by us. So they're great projects. They're helping real world people, and it can only be a good thing to make a little donation to projects that you like the look of on that site. So ETN Donate is live. It's part of the ecosystem. We are still moving forwards with Task School. We've got a couple of partners lined up now that we can move some learning. Some of the learning is being developed to preload the platform. But Task School is actually completed in terms of the software. It all looks good. I've seen it internally, and that will be coming out shortly. I always put dates on things and then it bites me in the bottom. So I'm not going to put an exact date, but hopefully in the next month or so we should see Task School out. Let's say a couple of months to be on the safe side. So the ETM reward system is off, but great things are happening at ETN. We are massively jumping into the next phase, which we're calling phase 2. Phase 2, now we have the ecosystem complete. We genuinely have a proper cryptocurrency ecosystem, one of the very tiny handful of real ecosystems anywhere in the world powered by cryptocurrency. We have more real world adoption than virtually every other cryptocurrency project out there. Really, outside the top 5 or 10 cryptocurrency projects, we are right up there with 5 or 10 of the best. So we've got real world adoption, and now what we're doing is we're going to be singing this from the rooftops. So phase 2 very much involves us going out to the market and showing the world what we have done. We are very proud of what we've done. We've done some amazing things. I was talking to somebody just the other day who'd said, "Oh, I've heard of your project. How have you been getting on?" I said, "Well, you've got to come and catch up and have a little look." We had a little chat about something else, and about an hour later he dropped me a line back and went, "I can't believe what you've done. How can I not know about this?" So that's why I'm saying, now we've got the full ecosystem and we can actually shout about it. We're going to start shouting about it. So you're going to see a lot more presence for Electroneum in the markets. You're going to see presence for us online, different websites and different places, so that we're starting to build the brand of Electroneum and gain even more adoption. And just as importantly, when people come along to look at the project and go, should I be involved? Because we've got utility top-up coming as well, remember? So we've got all sorts of top-up coming. As we go out with ETN Everywhere and try and encourage people to accept ETN, they'll go off and they'll have a look at Electroneum and they'll see what a strong project we are, and they will get involved. So super excited to move into phase 2. Phase 1 has been a massive success. We are very proud of everything we've done. Every day, everyone in the team gets up with such passion because we're making the world a better place. So just before I go, I will just say, if you haven't bought anything yet on anytask.com, go and do so. You've got some fiat in your pocket. If you have got fiat and you've got a Visa card, you've got a debit card, go off to anytask.com and make a purchase. Go and have a look. There are 3,500 tasks listed on there at the moment, and there are some amazing things. You can buy your logos and your banner designs and your animated videos and your data mining. There's loads and loads of things. Go and have a look. I think you'll be surprised at some of the amazing skills. Get involved, leave a review. If they're rubbish, say they're rubbish. If they're amazing, say they're amazing. Because when you go and have a look at some of the reviews, what they are doing for the little money they're doing it for is astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. So please get involved with any task and go and buy something, because then you are part of cryptocurrency adoption. You are part of making the world a better place, moving some value down to somebody in the global south perhaps, who is really having their life changed by being part of Electroneum. I'm very proud to be part of it. I thank you for being part of Electroneum and for watching us grow to where we are. and for watching us grow way beyond this into the things that we all dream that it can be. Have a very fantastic day. I hope you and your families are all safe. Stay well, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.